Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my science diary. You remembered in our last video we met three friends. From para, we learned that the magnesium burns in oxygen. It forms a new white substance called magnesium oxide. This shows us that the new product is formed in a combustion reaction. And from Halim, we learned that the mass can increase after burning because the oxygen from the air combines with the metal, which support the idea of conservation of mass. And from Jan, we learned that when carbon burns, it forms an invisible gas, carbon dioxide. So sometimes the product of combustion cannot be seen, but we know it is there from the reaction. But have you ever noticed that a gas stove flame is blue while a campfire is orange and smoky? That's because the combustion happens in different ways depending on the ingredient available. Or why a simple spark can ignite a gas stove instantly while something like iron rusting happens so slowly. Think about the firecrackers. 1 second they are silent and the next they explode with a flash. But not all the combustion is that dramatic. What if I told you that combustion is happens all around us, sometimes fast, sometimes slow, and sometimes without any flame at all? You might see a candle flicker or even just a piece of metal slowly rusting. These are both forms of combustion, just happening at very different speeds. So combustion is a full of surprises, and today we will uncover the four main types of combustion. Before we begin, let's understand one important question. What is combustion? A combustion is a chemical reaction in which a substance reacts with oxygen and release heat and light. For combustion to happen, three things are needed: a combustible substance, I mean fuel, oxygen, heat to reach the ignition temperature. Now let's explore the four main types of combustion. So first type is rapid combustion. Imagine turning on a gas stove in your kitchen. The moment you bring a flame near the gas, it ignites instantly and starts burning. This is rapid combustion. So rapid combustion is a type of combustion in which a substance burns quickly and produces a large amount of heat and light. So most common examples of rapid combustions are petrol, LPG, diesel and kerosene. This substance burns very quickly because they have low ignition temperature. Let's imagine a cloth soaked in a petrol. If you bring a matchstick near it, it catches fire immediately. But if the same cloth does not contain the petrol, it will not burn easily. This happens because the petrol helps the cloth to reach its ignition temperature faster and causing the rapid combustion. So when fuel quickly catches fire after a spark or flame, it is called the rapid combustion. The next type is spontaneous combustion, which is very fascinating. Here a substance catches fire on its own without any external flame or spark. For example, white phosphorus. A chemical called white phosphorus can catch fire automatically when it is exposed to air. This happens because its ignition temperature is very low, close to the room temperature, so does not need a matchstick to burn. Therefore, it is advisable to store it underwater or in an airtight container to prevent the accidental ignition. A common example is an oil-soaked cloth. Think about a cloth you use to wipe up paint, oil or petrol. If you put it in a closed box, the air reacts with the oil and slowly creates heat. If that heat has nowhere to go, it keeps building up until one day the cloth bursts into the flame by itself. That's why the oil soaked rags are so dangerous and need to be stored safely. Some more examples are coal piles in a coal mines catching fires, haystacks in farms catching fires, and compost piles heating up and sometimes burning. Now you might be thinking, does this really happen in the real life? Yes, it does. For example, in Colorado, USA, there was a huge pile of oil waste. It slowly heated up from inside and kept burning for more than 20 years without any matchstick or spark. And in Australia, the farmers noticed that their hay stacks suddenly caught fire on their own. This happened because the hay was a little wet and packed tightly, so heat got trapped inside. In both cases, no one light the fire. The heat slowly built up inside until it reached the ignition temperature and the material caught fire by itself. And this is what we call spontaneous combustion. So, slow reaction with oxygen produce heat, and when heat cannot escape, the temperature increases until the material ignites automatically. Now look at the most dramatic type of combustions, explosive combustion. Think about the firecrackers during the festivals. One moment they are quiet and the next moment they boom. A huge amount of light, heat, sound and the gas is released instantly. So the explosive combustion is very fast combustion reactions that release a large amount of heat, light, sound and the gas in a very short time. One common substance used in explosion is a gunpowder. When it burns, the reaction happens extremely fast, producing sudden expansion of gases, which causes the explosion sound. If a large quantity of explosive material is used, it can become a bomb capable of causing damage. Beside the firecrackers and the gunpowder explosions, there are some more examples that come under the explosive combustions are dynamite, explosion in fireworks, explosion of fuel air mixture in the engines, gas cylinder explosions accidentally. So when combustions happen suddenly with a loud sound and large energy release, it is called the explosive combustions. Finally, we come to the most unnoticed type of combustion, slow combustion. This type of combustion happens very slowly and usually does not produce visible flames or much light. For example, digestion of food. Believe it or not, digestion in our body is also a type of slow combustion. The food reacts with oxygen inside our body, releasing energy slowly, which our body uses to function. Another example is rusting of iron. When iron reacts with oxygens and the moisture in air, it forms the rust. This process happens very slowly, sometimes over weeks or months. Other examples are respiration in living organisms, slow oxidation of organic matters, decay of leaves in the soil, burning of charcoal slowly without flames. So when a reactions with the oxygen release energy very slowly, it is called slow combustion. So let's quickly revise all four types of combustions. First, the rapid combustion. This is when something burns very quickly and produces heat and light. For example, LPG or petrol. Next is spontaneous combustion. Here is a substance catches fire on its own without any flame. For example, white phosphorus or oil-soaked clothes. Then the explosive combustion. This is very fast reaction that produce heat, light, sound, and gases all at once, for example, firecrackers or gunpowder. And finally, the slow combustions. This happens very slowly and usually without flame. For example, digestion of food and rusting of iron. So the main difference is how fast and slow the reactions happens and how much energy is released. And before we finish, remember no matter what type of combustion we talk about, whether it is rapid, spontaneous, explosive, or slow, each one can be either complete or incomplete. In complete combustion, all the fuel is used efficiently, producing just carbon dioxide and water. In incomplete combustion, not all fuel reacts, and we get harmful byproducts like carbon monoxide or soot. So combustion is all about how the fuel interact with oxygen, fast or slow, and whether it burns completely or leaves some fuel behind. So we have seen how different types of combustion releases energy in different ways. Next time we will dive into the law of conservation of mass. So I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.